Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 16th to the 31st, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so very much for doing so. You guys are absolutely fantastic. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the 10 of Pentacles reversed, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the King of Wands reverse, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We then have the 7 of Swords reversed, the 7 of Wands reversed. We have the Hermit, which is also Virgo energy, in the upright position. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And we have the 10 of Cups reversed. Very interesting during this time. Okay. So what's interesting is that we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, both of them are reversed. So this can be a time where we're looking at things and we do have a little bit of the green-eyed monster to us. So just be mindful about this during this time. The 10 of Pentacles is, when it's reversed, it's looking at things and being like, oh my gosh, it's always bad, right? Everybody has more than me, or everybody is achieving more than I am. And I want what they're having. And Spirit is saying right here, right now, is that we have to look at our generational blessings instead of our generational curses, because it's going to be really, really easy for us during this time to say, it's always been this way. It was this way for my parents, my grandparents, whomever raised us, and it will always be this way. And Spirit's like, no, the buck stops here, right? That's going to be very much this time period for us, is that we're stepping out of something that we thought we'd never be able to step out of. And we're starting to see ourselves in a way that we never thought we'd see ourselves. And this is going to be a time where Spirit is asking us, what do you love? What is valuable to you? What do you value? What is important? And this is a time with the Hermit where we start turning inward, where we turn in, and Spirit is saying, okay, where do we need to be? Now, if you have Virgo energy in your chart, it comes through so powerfully here and so beneficially. If you have Virgo energy in your life, there's going to be a really beneficial something that comes from it. This might not be your best friend. Don't think like, oh, all Virgos are going to be my best friend. They might annoy you to the point where you're like, okay, I'll prove you wrong type of thing. So just be aware of this during this time. This is a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. With the 7 of Wands reversed, we are not fighting all the time. And that's going to be a really big thing for us, because the 7 of Wands is always kind of like in a state of a closed fist, right? If you just hold your fist closed like this, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Just for a few seconds, it's exhausting. And Spirit is saying that's how our energy is. And this is going to be a time where we're releasing, where we're saying, I don't need to fight all the time. I need to stand up for what I believe in, absolutely. But I do not need to fight, and I will not be fighting all the time. And it moves us to the King of Wands. Mind your temper. That's going to be really important during this time. We need to also mind the temper of people around us, because we can have kind of like, it's like, I just see like a flint catching fire really quick. Like people can really spark up and then die down, and we just don't need that type of energy. So do be mindful about this. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So if we're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, or we have fire sign energy in our chart, this can come through very, very powerfully, and it can make us a little bit of a hothead, which as we're, grounded, beautiful, stabilized earth sign energy, we don't really want that in our lives. So just be aware of this during this time. We can also have a bit of a questioning around our passion. We can be looking at things and saying, what am I passionate about? What drives me forward? Where do I want to be? So being aware of that energy as well is going to be super important for us. The 10 of Cups in the upright position, is, and they all live happily ever after. And we're kind of looking at everybody else's happiness. And again, that's why the green-eyed monster can come in. And we're saying, why don't I have that? All that glitters isn't gold. And Spirit's like, be really, really aware of this during this time. All that glitters isn't gold. So there's something that you're looking at and it's gilded. So you scratch the surface just a little bit, you're going to find rot underneath, or you're going to find that it's just gold plated. It's not what you think it is. And that's going to be really important, Capricorn. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random on the 1st of February and announced in a completely separate video. So keep your eyes open for that. The instructions will be in that video and also in the description box. Do not be scammed by anybody in the comment box contacting you, pretending to be me. It will not be me. So just be aware, and good luck to everyone. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is Inspire Reversed. We need to reconnect with our inspiration. That's going to be so important. We've kind of been going through the motions of things. This is what needs to get done. This is how it needs to be. And we're not really giving ourselves time to be inspired. So if you can, during the last half of January, just do something that inspires you. Do something that's fun and wild and wacky and just makes you laugh. Like go sledding, go outside, go sledding. Do something that you would think, oh no, I'd never do that, or I haven't done that since I was 10 years old. Let yourself just have a bit of fun. And it's going to be inspiring. It's going to raise your energy vibration. It's going to like open up your energy in a way that is absolutely beautiful. Let yourself be inspired and let yourself laugh. That's going to be really important. I'm just hearing laughter, laughter, laughter. Let yourself laugh. Let yourself do something that just brings like this bubbling up of joy and beauty to you. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. So we had these two fall out. So we have Mother Earth, which is the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. We need to connect with the Earth. That's going to be so important for us as Earth sign energy. It is just really important for us. And know that connecting with the Earth doesn't mean we have to be perfect. You know, I hear people say, oh my gosh, they're just such an Earth mother. And it's like real salt of the earth, really, loving and caring and compassionate. But remember also, the Earth Mother, or the Earth, is tornadoes and hurricanes and floods and everything in between. So just know that we don't have to be perfect. We can have a bit of intensity to us. It's not going overboard, but knowing that those energies within us can be, and connecting with the Earth, connecting with ourselves, and letting ourselves feel fully is going to be really important to us. Again, not falling into the chaos of emotions, but letting ourselves have those emotions and show up and be fully human. That's okay. We can be human. And then we have the sacral chakra. This is relationships. We need to connect with our relationships. The relationship we have with ourselves, the relationship that we have with others. Our relationships are going to be really important. And during this time, for one reason or another, we're not going to think, or we're not going to be, it's either we don't think that they're important. Like, it's not that we don't think they're important. We're busy right now. And so we're like, I'll get to that later. And Spirit's like, no, connect with your relationship, especially the relationship you have with yourself during this time. Show up for you and be present for you, because that's going to be a really big deal. And you're going to see the more that you're present for you, the more that you show up for you, the more that you show up for those around you. And that's going to be a game changer. Let's see what our energy to be mindful is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is the star reverse. So be mindful of Aquarius energy. We can also be mindful as we go into the Aquarius timeframe on the 20th of January. Just know that that transition might not be as smooth from Capricorn timeframe to Aquarius timeframe. But there's also a sense of delusions and illusions coming into play. It can be that we're dealing with somebody else's delusions and illusions, or it can be that we have a more, I don't want to be rude and say delusional way of looking at things, but it can be. It can be that we think something will be way easier than it actually turns out to be. And that we just have to kind of be kinder to ourselves. We also, during this time, we have to make sure we're aligned with our soul's desire, like our soul's purpose for being here on this earth. And with the 10 of Pentacles reverse and the 10 of Cups reverse, we're kind of out of alignment with our soul's wish. So we can be going through the motions and doing things and being like, why don't I feel fulfilled? Why don't I feel connected? I feel like I'm existing, not living, like not truly connecting, not thriving. And this is going to be a time where we need to connect with our heart and say, what is it that I love? What is it that I'm passionate about? And we need to connect with wealth, like what we value as much as money, not money itself, because you can't just manifest, piles of money into our lives. So that would be fantastic. If you can, let me know totally in the comment box below. But here it's going to be, what do I really value? What's super important to me? What have I been pushing off or thinking, oh, that's just a waste of time? That Spirit is really saying, no, that's sacredly important, because there's something here that we're just pushing off and saying, oh, no, that's silliness, and it's sacredly important to our souls. So let's look how the astrology works in tandem with the tarot. On the 16th of January, we have the moon in Aries squared Mercury in Capricorn. This is a time for everybody, so just be mindful about this. It's a time that is difficult for communication for everybody. We stumble over our words. We have trouble with listening. Everybody wants to talk. Nobody wants to listen. This is a day where if we listen, oh my gosh, we'd be like a rock star. We can also be really frustrated because everybody's talking at us. So just be mindful about this as well. It's a day where our temper can be a little bit warned, but turning into ourselves, listening and connecting, that's going to be a really big thing. On the 17th of January, we have the moon in Aries, trine Venus in Sagittarius. This brings a lot of stability, a lot of security into our lives. We feel more confident, we feel more secure, we feel more grounded within ourselves, and we're a lot more present. So that's a really good thing. We are going to start to really see, like, okay, and we're going to start to pull up the questions of, why do I feel insecure? Or what is it that I'm angry about? Or, what is it that I need to release in order to see ourselves really moving forward, not only as being prosperous, standing in our, our wealth or what we can do, but also in our passion, in our fire, in our determination. And that's going to be really important. It's like not just what we can plant and grow, but how we can really embrace our fire, embrace our distinction forward. On the 18th of January, we have Mercury in Capricorn sextile Saturn in Pisces. This is a day where we're really mentally disciplined. We're going to really gather up information, move towards our goals, be super focused, and be super practical. So that's going to be a really good thing. On the 19th of January, we have Mercury in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. We are optimistic. We are looking at the bigger picture of things. We're more outgoing. We are connecting with others. And we have really big ideas and moving forward in a really positive way. So we're letting go of the sense of like, I always have to be fighting, or I always have to be on my guard. Also on this day, do be mindful of thinking, oh my gosh, that person, has it figured out. I should really kind of follow them. Stay in your energy, listen to everything, take everything in, but really stay in your guidance during this time, because your angels are talking to you. There's a real sense of like, no, this is me. And Spirit's like, no, stand in that. That's going to be really important, Capricorn. Also on the 19th of January, we have Venus in Sagittarius squared Neptune in Pisces. We are super empathetic. We are super compassionate. Lower energy vibrational beings are going to try and take advantage of that. So do be mindful about this during this time. We need to have clear boundaries, and we need to really be disciplined and gentle with ourselves. So just be aware of this. And it's also because our heart is just a little bit more raw. Like here with the 10 of Cups, I see us as going through a disappointment in some way or in some form. And that disappointment makes us more like just a little bit more raw, a little bit more open to being super compassionate, but also being a little bit taken advantage of. So just be aware of that. On the 20th of January, we have the sun entering into Aquarius. Again, because we have that Aquarius energy reverse, just be mindful that that can be a little bit of and not a smooth transition as we would like it to be. But the Aquarius time frame is a time to really embrace who we are, like what makes us different, what we like about ourselves, how we stand out. But it doesn't even have to be what we like about ourselves. It's like, this is just me. And there's an acceptance and there's an honoring of ourselves during this time. We're going to be more independent. We're stepping out of our comfort zone, and we're really moving towards changes for our future, like moving towards, okay, how do I need to embrace me and what I desire and how I'm opening my life? We're going to be turning inward with the Hermit, really looking at what we want in life. And then also we have Pluto entering into Aquarius, which again can be a little bit of a tricky transition, but Pluto comes back into Aquarius, and this is an extra time. This is an excellent time for transformation within our lives, for really taking control. We become more focused, we become more aware of what we desire, and we're going to be more inventive and unconventional. So we're really going to start standing out, but also standing on our own 2 feet and really being powerfully connected with ourselves. On the 20th of January, we also have, which is really interesting for everyone, with the sun in Capricorn conjunct Mercury in Capricorn, something that's really rather big from, no, it doesn't have to be big, but it's going to have a bigger impact on us from the past 6 to 8 weeks. We're going to see it come to a head. And we're going to start to see the results coming forward. And that's going to give us an idea of what we want to work on next, like how we want to move forward, how we want things to be. Don't let your temper get in the way. And don't let yourself look at things and think, oh, well, it could have been better. Because that's like the temper getting in the way, the ego comes forward. Because with the King of Wands reverse, that's very much being rather ego driven. So just be mindful about this during this time, because we can always be like, oh, it can always be better. It's kind of like that saying, never too rich or too thin. It's like, yeah, you can have, you can be too rich and you can be too thin. So just be aware of this during this time. It's like, stand in presence of yourself and stand in beauty and honor of yourself, because that's going to be really important. On the 22nd of January, we have the moon in Gemini opposite Venus in Sagittarius. Mark this down as a bit of a lazy day. Give yourself a break. Let yourself get the bare minimum done if you can. If you can push through and get more, that's fantastic. But just be aware that, it's just going to be a bit of a lazy day. Give yourself a break. On the 23rd of, and if you have anything to schedule, like anything that's coming, anything that needs a lot of work done, don't do it on the 22nd. Don't. On the 23rd of January, we have Venus entering into Capricorn. And Venus, is the planet of love and pleasure. Capricorn, that's us. So we're going to find that we feel more in love with ourselves, but also with like having things be aligned. This makes us enjoy really being ambitious and being focused and being goal oriented and making progress. But we're going to start to see that we love the things that make us stand out, or the things that make us like really proud of ourselves and say like, oh, I've done this well. But do know that we can kind of be like, okay, I only want to highlight this. Like I only want to do this that makes me feel really, really good. And so Spirit is saying here also, like, I don't know how to word this, because Spirit's like, don't disregard the more chaotic side of yourself during this time. Okay, that's the best way to put it. So just be aware of this, not a harmful or destructive side, but just like let yourself be balanced. Don't think it has to be all work. Also, when it comes to love, on the 23rd, with Venus entering into Capricorn, or just as Venus enters into Capricorn, we're going to be more conventional and more committed in love. So just be aware of that. On the 24th of January, we have the moon in Cancer, trine Neptune in Pisces. We really like helping people out on this day. We're supportive, we're understanding, and that's going to work really well for us. Now, on the 25th of January, we have the moon in Leo squared Jupiter in Taurus. Again, difficult day to focus, difficult day to get things done. We need to take breaks, we need to move slow, and we need to be kinder to ourselves and kinder to everyone else, because we're all experiencing this energy on this day. We also have the Leo full moon on this day, which there will be a separate, more in-depth video on. So do keep your eyes open for that. But we're just going to, anytime we think we're not performing to 100% of our ability, Capricorn, we're going to be really harsh on ourselves and really rather negative. Don't do that. Don't do that. Start to see what you love. Start to see what you're passionate about. Start to really embrace you and start to say, like, I'm not anybody else. This is me. And it doesn't mean that we have to take all our passions and profit off of them, because in our Western world, we tend to think, okay, anything I love doing, I should be able to make money off of it, right? And sometimes you just need to love doing something. You just need to let your energy vibration rise and rise and rise. Let yourself soar into your energy, into yourself, to become more and more you. Because here with the King of Wands reverse, I really do see this coming through. Not so much like I see it having a temper, but I see it like it's more like I'm going to be super strict. I'm going to be super regimented with myself. And I'm going to make sure that I get everything done and do everything just so, and get everything moving forward. And we're going to be so productive and we're going to be so successful, but we're not going to enjoy a moment of it. And so it's like, why? So just be aware of this, because we're always going to be chasing the carrot that's right in front of our face. We're always going to be chasing what we think everybody else has and never savoring anything. So just be mindful that can be how the last half of January goes. It can be a highly productive month. It really can. We can really see ourselves achieving, succeeding, and going, but we need to turn inward. And this is going to be a month where it's like, well, the end of the month, right? The last half of the month where it's like, turn inward, see what you want. Be successful, be prosperous. I mean, go for it. But here we're coming out of a place of like fear or lack or or want. It's almost like we're starving for it. And Spirit's like, but you're already fed. So what are you starving for? Just be aware. It's kind of like eating something you're allergic to. Your body's rejecting it. But we're like, no, I have to be eating this because this is what everybody says is delicious. So just be aware of this during this time. On the 26th of January, we have the moon in Leo squared Uranus in Taurus. There's a restless feeling. We're not sure what it is. This is actually what we were kind of talking about already. And this is going to be a time where we need to get to the heart of things, but we also need to connect with our heart. This is a time where we need to say, what makes me happy? What is prosperous to me? And we might find that we make some really big changes. 2024 is about finding joy and simplicity. It's about kind of like stepping back, scaling back, and really saying, okay, who am I? What do I want? What do I need? And that's going to be a really important thing. And that's going to be something that we might surprise ourselves with the answers that we get and what we find. So just being aware of that during this time is going to be really empowering. On the 27th of January. Now, this is a very interesting day because we have a lot happening astrologically speaking. So we have the sun in Aquarius squared Jupiter in Taurus. This is a day that for everybody is very much like the tortoise and the hare parable, right? In Aesop's fable. So the tortoise and the hare, if you don't know the story, it's a hare and a tortoise are going to have a race. And the hare is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to win. I don't even have to worry about this. So he winds up he eats a feast, he takes a nap. And the tortoise is like, man, I'm going to really have to work to beat this hare. So he just starts going. And the hare winds up oversleeping. And the tortoise winds up winning the race. And so this can be a day where we feel like I have it so in the bag, like everything is aligned, everything's perfect. I don't have to worry about it. But we can wind up oversleeping and totally missing out on everything. So just be aware of this during this time. Mercury is in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn. I mean, seriously, this energy is perfect for us. We're like on point. We have new ideas. We have new plans. We're enthusiastic. We can jump from idea to idea. We can really get things done. We just have to make sure that that sun in Aquarius squared Jupiter in Taurus doesn't make us overly cocky and a little bit lazy. So just be aware of that. We also have Uranus going direct in Taurus. So Uranus is coming out of of Uranus retrograde. And this really brings things into focus. We can start to see things changing. We can start to see things moving forward. Things were really stagnant before, and now we're starting to see a change coming in. And we're really starting to take action, be more creative, and really see what do we want to change? What do we want to create? How do we want to move things forward? On the 28th of January, we have Venus in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. This is going to be a time where we really take pleasure in focusing on our goals, on making contacts with people, on opening up doors for ourselves, but also really focusing on our responsibility and really focusing on getting things done. Again, we can be really workaholics during the last half of January. We can be so focused on achieving, succeeding, but it's because we're trying to prove something to somebody else or prove something to ourselves and not fully because, that's what we want to be doing. So just be aware of this during this time because I can see it eating up a lot of our energy. Also on the 28th of January, we have Mercury in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. This is unconventional ideas coming forward. We're thinking outside of the box. We're getting really excited. We're opening new doors and we're going to see so many opportunities come forward if we stop and turn in. If we stop and say, okay, why am I really here? And I know that's a really big question. And it sounds like that could be, I'm hearing somebody say like that can be like a existential nightmare coming forward, but it's not. It's like, okay, why am I here? And it's like, we're trying to be somebody else. So I'm just getting one of my brothers. They're so practical, right? They're so like they do things like just like so. And I remember trying to be like that, trying to be able to be so practical and so like I don't know how to describe it, but I'm more like the air flowing and weaving and going, and I need that. I need that creativity. I don't need all that structure, all those rules, all those regimented, everything. It just stifles me. And them being like me is chaotic and crazy. So they wouldn't like that either. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like you can't be what you are not. You have to embrace your soul and yourself. And I know with Capricorn energy, we think, okay, well, I'm structured and I'm formed and I'm this and I'm that. And my work ethic is in Capricorn. But I need to be me too, you know? And so that's what comes forward. It's like Capricorn, you are fantastic at planning and getting things done and moving things forward. But you have to let yourself, you have to let the other parts of your chart flow forward, and that's going to be so important during this time. It's like, what is my soul? Where does my soul need to be? And it moves us to this opening with Venus in Capricorn trying Jupiter in Taurus, where luck is on our side, where we feel really good about the things that we're doing. And this is also on the 28th of January. And we're open to new opportunities. We're open to new ideas. We're really benefiting from having people in our lives that support us. But even if we don't have people in our lives that support us, we're benefiting from connecting with our angels, connecting with our spirit guides, connecting with our energy, turning inward and seeing ourselves in a way that we hadn't before. On the 29th of January, we have Mars in Capricorn trying Uranus in Taurus. And this is our energy is gaining enthusiasm. We're strong, we're changing, we're intuitive, we're inventive, we're looking at things outside of the box. We're not wanting to do the same old, and we're really embracing the unusual, the unique. Now, the 30th and 31st of January can be a bit of a slog, so do be mindful about this. The 30th is the moon in Libra squared Venus in Capricorn. Okay. People annoy us. Just be aware. Just be aware we're not really wanting to deal with people. We need to give ourselves a break. We need to give other people a break. We can annoy us on this day. So just be mindful about this. And we're letting go of a lot of irritants during this time. On the 31st of January, the moon is in Libra, squared Mars in Capricorn. Again, irritated. There's irritable energy around us and around everybody. So it's not just like, oh, we're irritated, but everybody's just a little bit snarky. So just be aware of this. And we're needing to get to the heart of the problem. We're needing to connect with our heart. And this is going to be a time where it's going to be so good just to like turn inward with a cup of tea and listen to ourselves. Because we don't usually do that. We listen to everything else, but we don't listen to ourselves. And this is going to be a time where it's really important too. Our subconscious spirit message is nature. We need to let our nature shine forward. We need to fully embrace our nature, ourselves, and what we desire, like what we're looking for. And it's just saying, this is who I am. And that's going to be a really powerful thing. Our subconscious chakra energy is spiritual awakening. And this is the this is the crown chakra. We're going to be awakening. We're going to be seeing ourselves. We're going to be, acknowledging things more and more. And it's like, oh, this is my spiritual awakening. Like, this is me. And this is going to be a time where we're seeing ourselves in a way that is empowering. It can be a little bit overwhelming. It can be a little bit like, ooh, that's interesting to see. But it's going to be a time where we're connecting with our soul more and more. And spirit is kind of forcing our hand towards it. It's like, no, this is what you need to see. This is where you need to be. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is death card reversed. We need to be mindful of lies and of deceptions. This is Scorpio energy reversed, so it can be negative Scorpio energy in our lives, but this is a bit of deceptions around things. So just be mindful around this secrecy, things held in the shadows. So just be aware of that. Don't know if you can hear Esme in the background. She's having a bit of a doggy dream, so that's really cute. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is hard work and dedication. Subconsciously, that's really what we're working towards. We're really working on achieving, succeeding, meeting our goals, meeting deadlines, pushing things forward. And we have this just tendency during this time to always be looking over our shoulder at the next person. And that's going to really kind of muck with us. So do be mindful about this during this time. It's really saying, okay, what do I love? What is prosperous to me? What's valuable to me? And we might have a bit of a meltdown about something where it's like, I'm not this person. And spirit's like, you're not supposed to be. You're you, Capricorn. You're Capricorn. Be proud of being you and let yourself shine. Okay. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please know that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.